for legal reasons, this is actually just a pretend story, but I was at the beach in Bali when I was on vacation there for a month and got on my scooter after I was, hanging out at the beach for the day. And as soon as I'm driving home, this cop pulls out, and I wasn't sure if he was a real cop. Like, I don't know if they have corruption issues there or not, but he just starts gesturing to me to like come with him.
Yeah.
And it was kind of weird. It's like, if you got to pull me over.
Right.
But we're driving, and I'm obviously kind of freaking out because I don't know how serious this is, or I don't even know why he's pulling me over, because I hadn't even been driving for more than 10 seconds when he started doing this. And he kept just like, we're driving for 5 minutes. He kept like, come on. And then we start to go onto like a bigger road and bigger roads, and there's tons of traffic there. Anyways, so I'm like freaking out.
Yeah.
And we get to a red light, or it's green and it's just going to yellow. And I mean, if he's a cop, I'm not running a yellow light. No. So I stop at the light, but he goes through, and he was like saying, come on.
Yeah.
So anyways, he goes through this busy intersection, and it's red now, and the long lights there, we're just waiting. And he keeps like every 10 seconds just turning around and just looking, kind of waiting for the light to go green so I can continue following him. And he just kept like gesturing for me to follow. So anyways, every like 10 seconds, he would turn his head and look. And so I just timed it. There was cars going across, so it was pretty busy, so we couldn't always see.
Yeah.
And I seen him look back and look at me.
Yeah.
And as soon as his head went forward, I did a U-E, and just flew down the road and like took 8 different turns. And
you got a set of plums on you.
Yeah, dude. So I ran. Well, I may have. This is just a story, remember? But I ran from the cops and got down this like random road where I took so many turns he could have never found me again. Yeah. Put the GPS back to my house, and just followed it down, this new set of roads that I wasn't familiar with. But yeah, I didn't know if he was going to try to charge me with something or rob me or whatever. It was super scary. And I just made the decision that risk versus reward, like, it's probably safer to run from this. It just is very sketchy when he's telling you to follow him for a long, like, it was really sketchy. Yeah. I'll probably never go back to Indonesia because of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, another hypothetical made up story.
Yeah.
I was in Cancun, and I went out on an excursion, and it was like the resort would take you to a couple clubs, and you get a couple tables and everything. So I went there with my girlfriend at the time and another couple from the resort. We were getting drinks and having a good time, and it was like a cool little strip of like all these clubs and everything. So we went to go for a little walk, and I went to go pee like outside.
Yeah.
And the lady from the other couple that we were with, she like grabbed me. She's like, don't, like, there's a cop right there watching you. I'm like, oh, like, thank you. Like, you saved me, because I was just under the influence and not being an idiot, right?
Yeah.
So we kept walking. I had to pee so bad. So I kept, like, same thing, just looking to see if that cop was still following us, because they were just like creeping down the street following us. And then finally it looked like they were gone. And by this point we were kind of near like a beach area. So I just like went off into the bush and like dropped my drawers right down to my ankles just because I was drunk.
Okay.
I'm peeing. Next thing you know, I got a flashlight on my wrench as I'm taking a leak.
Oh my.
And I hear like some Spanish, and there's this little Mexican police lady, and she's like speaking Spanish to her partner. Next thing you know, lights come on, and she takes me and my girlfriend, and she throws us in the back of the cop car, and they're like, look, it's either $300 or a couple nights in jail. And I'm like, oh my God. And I have like no money at this point in my life, and I had no money on me. So they took me to the hotel, kept my girlfriend in the back of the cop car, took me up to my hotel room to get my bank card so I could go to an ATM and give them cash.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was freaking awesome.
And so you actually had to pay up.
I actually had to pay up. Well, I was like, I'd pay $1,000 not to go to jail over there.
Totally.
Like,
holy.
Yeah. So it wasn't pretty.
Damn, I need to drink less water, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Or beer.
Yeah.